General salute! Salam mate! Shush! Good! Watch up! Shush! So, go! Down, down. Good. General salute! Salam mate! Shush! Good! Watch up! Shush! Good! Bagal! Shush! जय श्रीमान श्रीमान पोटी कर रहे बटालियन गार्ड आपके लिए सर के लिए अच्छा ठीक है बेटा जय श्रीमान
The walk to the backboard.
Thank you so much, sir. We are honored to have you, sir.
Thank you.
Army camp in Delhi.
Welcome to all of you. I am Dr. Akshita, a dietitian and an alumna of Kar Air Sqn NCC, and it is my privilege to be your host for today's special occasion, the celebration of 77th NCC Day and 10th year anniversary of Alumni of Kar Air Sqn NCC. As we come together today, it is fitting to reflect briefly on the proud heritage of NCC. The NCC traces its origin to the University Training Corps and the University Officers Training Corps created under colonial era legislation, including the Indian Defence Act of 1917. The present-day NCC was formally established on 15th of July 1948 through the National Cadet Corps Act, marking the start of its mission to mold the youth of India in leadership, discipline, and service. Over the decades, the NCC has grown into tri-service organization, including Army, Air, and Naval wings. dedicated to instilling unity and discipline in cadets across the country. Today, as we celebrate the 77th raising of NCC and 10th anniversary of this esteemed organization, we honored not just the years, but the millions of cadets, officers, alumni, and institutions that have carried forward its value of service, leadership, and national commitment. We have gathered here in honor of this milestone, surrounded by distinguished dignitaries, alumni, current cadets, parents, and supporters. Thank you for joining us. Without further delay, let's proceed with our program. At this moment, I invite Dr. Anil Thomas, practicing dentist by profession and State President of Karnataka Minority, President of Alumni of Kar Air Sqn NCC Mysuru, to deliver the welcome address.
And all present here. How's the Josh? How's the Josh? Mataram, Mataram. Mataram, Mataram. Thank you very much. Esteemed guests, fellow cadets, friends, a very good morning to all of you all present here. It is my honor to welcome you. Welcome you all to our NCC Day celebration, a day of honor, the spirit of unity, discipline, and service that defines the National Cadet Corps. Today we gather to celebrate the legacy of this esteemed organization, which has been instrumental in shaping the character and leadership of India's youth for decades. On this special day, we acknowledge the NCC journey of transforming young minds into responsible and patriotic citizens through a combination of discipline, comradeship, and a dedication to national service. From its humble beginnings to its current status as one of the largest youth organizations in the world, the NCC's impact on building a strong and secure future for our nation is immeasurable. We are proud of the achievements of our cadets who consistently embody the ideals of NCC through the participation in various activities from social welfare to national activities. As we celebrate the 77th NCC Day, let us not reflect on the past, but also recommit ourselves to the principles of NCC. Let us embrace the values of unity and discipline and continue to strive for excellence in all our endeavors. I would like to extend a very special warm welcome from all present here to our esteemed chief guest of today, the Maharaja of Mysuru, Sri Yeduvir Krishnadatha Chamraja Vadeyar, who is the Member of Parliament of Mysuru and Kodagu. I welcome on today's celebration. The man behind this is our guest of honor, Colonel Rohit Thakur Sahab, Group Commander, NCC Group Headquarters, Mysuru. On all present here, I would welcome a very warm welcome to you, sir. Colonel Hitesh Kala, Training Officer, NCC Group Headquarters, Mysuru. On everybody present here, welcome, sir. Commanding Officer, 13 Karnataka Battalion NCC, Colonel SJS Sandar Saab, welcome, sir, to this August gathering. Lieutenant Colonel Sanjeev VK, Administrative Officer, 13 Karnataka Battalion NCC, welcome, sir. Colonel Siddharth Vatsayan, Commanding Officer, 14 Karnataka Battalion NCC, we welcome you, sir. Colonel Vivek, Commanding Officer, 3 Karnataka Girls Battalion NCC. We welcome you on behalf of everybody present here, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Ananta, Commanding Officer, 1 Karnataka Engineering Company NCC. Wing Commander Dutch Mahapatra, Commanding Officer, 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC. Lieutenant Colonel Vinay Ramachandran, Commanding Officer, 3 Karnataka Naval Unit NCC. The alumni, the founder and the secretary, which made things happen from 2 months of hard work in collaboration with the group headquarters, Srimati Uma Venkatesh, a warm welcome to you, ma'am. The alumni and this NCC Day organizing committee head, who traveled all the way from Bangalore to be a part of this and organized it so well. Mr. Panduranga Rao, we welcome you on behalf of everybody present here, sir. We welcome Captain Supreet CT. On behalf of everybody present here, we welcome Flight Officer Mohit, who is our ex-cadet. Today's chief guest or alumni guest speaker, Mrs. MP Shamala. We welcome you on behalf of everybody present here. Former group captain Nanjan Saravanan, retired. He is also present here to be part of this. We welcome you on behalf of everybody present here, sir. We welcome all the office bearers of alumni of 4 Karnataka Air Sqn NCC, and we welcome all the distinguished former cadet appointment holders for 4 Karnataka Air Sqn NCC. We welcome the media, we welcome all present here, the officers, the cadets, and I might have left out a few. I welcome on behalf of everybody present here to this wonderful day. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
We will now proceed to the lamp lighting ceremony, symbolizing the light of knowledge, leadership, and service, which our cadets embody, and especially meaningful today as we mark the 77th NCC Day. May I invite the following dignitaries to please join on stage. His Highness Yaduveer Krishnadatta Chamaraja Vadayar, Maharaj of Mysore, and Member of Parliament, Mysuru Kodagu. To our dignitaries for this auspicious commencement. I request all to please sit down. The flame is a beacon of duty, honor, and collective service. Hitesh Kala sir, Training Officer, NCC Group Headquarters, introduce him to the audience.
A very good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce Colonel Rohit Thakur. Colonel Rohit Thakur is an alumnus of Birla Public School, Ranikhet, and holds an MBA in Finance from Bangalore Central University. Commissioned in March 1998 into the 4x1 Gorkha Rifles, he has served in multiple demanding operational sectors across the country. He participated in Operation Vijay, Kargil War, and later served in Kashmir, where he played a pivotal role in safeguarding nearly 7,000 Amarnath Yatra pilgrims by eliminating Afghan origin terrorists. This episode is broadly portrayed in the film Tumhare Hawale Watan Sathiyon. He was later mobilized for Operation Parakram following the 2001 Parliament attack. His counter-insurgency experience extends to the northeast through Operation Rhino and Operation Orchid in Assam and Nagaland. He has been an instructor at the Indian Military Academy and subsequently commanded his battalion in Manipur. Operations from this tenure form the basis of the upcoming film Quetta. Colonel Thakur is also a China specialist, prophylactic writer, avid reader, golfer, and horse rider. He recently completed an important study titled NCC Cyber Cadet Corps concept paper on integrating the National Cadet Corps into India's cyber defense, in which he proposes Bengaluru, Mysuru as a future national hub for cyber training, civil military fusion, and youth skilling in emerging domains. He currently commands the NCC Group Mysuru, having 5 districts where his leadership has set new benchmarks. Under his command, NCC Mysuru achieved the upgradation of the NCC artillery battery into the 16th Karnataka Battalion and launched drone training, preparing cadets for the technological and operational requirements of both peace and conflict scenarios. It is my distinct honor to welcome Colonel Rohit Thakur onto the stage to share his thoughts with the gathering. Over to you, sir.
I for Mike, please. His Highness, Uma ma'am, officers, I see parents also, and NCC alumni, the true civil-military fusion, which I was thinking is here. And most importantly, the cadets. I was thinking, what has to be spoken on this Augustus morning? Well, the buzzword is whole of India approach. Today, when we fight collectively as a citizen, as a soldier, as a scientist, as a teacher. I would say as an industrialist, as an MP. This is what we want. Now, why NCC? NCC per se was raised as the auxiliary corps, as a lesson learned of World War I, World War II. And after 1962, when we had a drubbing with the Chinese thought to teach us something, the expansion took place. And in today's world, I would say, there's a law, and most of you who are more educated than me and are engineers, you would understand there's a law called law of entropy, from order to chaos. Now today, if you see the world around, it was 10,000 years also, but now very prominent. World is moving from order to chaos. The US of A, like last year I just gave my speech in DPS or NPS, I said our rise will be contested. Mamta ma'am is here, I think it's being contested. If we have to have a Viksit Bharat, or like what the Prime Minister say, by 2047, it will be contested. So coming on to the first point, the world is going into chaos. There are no statesmen. We had statesmen in terms of George Bush or whatever you can call him, or the elder Bush, or maybe the Reagan era. But today, if I look around, Chinese, they have got problems. There are wars happening across. The Chinese and Japanese, they just have spat. And if you see the Ukraine and Russia war is on, there's no ending. We conclude a small 4-day war in Op Sindhur. So now, what I mean by this? I mean, and from here, from the land of sacred Devi, when I say from land of Chamundi, I invoke 3 goddesses. One is Saraswati, second is Lakshmi, third is Durga. Now why this? We want Saraswati, our mothers, to teach us. We want what was there in our universities. I mean, what was there? We want that to happen. If you see the history, people go to Harvard now, people go to Massachusetts now. Why not Nalanda? Why not Taxila? We want that to happen. And Ma'am Uma, she's a mathematician herself. I was speaking to her. I was asking her how to make my son study mathematics. She told, you only need good teachers. We need good teachers. We need good shikshak. We need to know good gurus. Now, after this, when we were growing up, we were told, wealth is bad. You need to be miser. You need to have poverty. And all the movies and everything, it was shown that way. Lakshmi, we require Lakshmi. If today, US of A, they tell that we are the greatest, it's because Lakshmi. So from the, Saraswati is knowledge and a clarity what we are going to do. From there, we need the mother goddess, Lakshmi, the wealth. Because you might be a teacher, you might be a member of parliament, you might be a Fauji like me, you might be a social influencer, you might be an engineer, you might be a doctor, contributing to the GDP of India. If today we want that we should be 15 trillion, it is our collective effort. Then the Durga. Why Durga? Because the national wealth or the economy has to be protected. I've been speaking with Mrs. Uma, and I said, here in Karnataka, up north there's nothing left. There's no temples, all doomed. There's no architecture. When I go to Hampi, I was there for 5 days. When I see Hala Bedu Belur, I cry. Why? You tell me, the second richest city after Beijing, Hampi, was destroyed because the economic might, what they had, was not made or with the military might. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, officers and men, cadets, young cadets, military and the economy are symbiotic. They will be. You need to protect them together. Maybe the last war, what we saw collectively, Sandur, I don't consider it as a war. It was in 99, was in 71. We were untouched. But today, like what I have spoken of also, things are looking bleak. You never know. If you see this Delhi attack which has taken place, look at the sophistication of attack. From Turkey to Bangladesh, let alone Pakistan, see the sophistication. And then from Jammu Kashmir to Andhra to Haryana to UP, whether it's US of A, whether it's Pakistan, whether it's Turkey, nobody wants our peaceful rise. It's going to be war. I don't say it's going to be a war when I say collectively in terms of arsenal being flown across, but certainly in cyber space, in every domain. Now, why NCC? Today, you might be a teacher, you might be a professor, you might be a uniformed individual like me, you might be a social influencer. We want you collectively. Because today's war is not what it is like land, air, and sea. It's going to be in cognitive minds. They're going to divide us. Divide us when I say in terms of religion, in terms of your caste, whatever. And then the NCC comes. Probably, I just finished my writing of a paper on cyber warriors, and one of a very fine man who did everything in Op Sindoor in terms of what the Pakis had to face was my prodigy. I was speaking to the Maharaja. He was giving certain tips about how the cyber is. Today, the warfare has shifted to dronery, to cyber, to cognitive minds. And this, we require whole of India approach. You might be sitting as a mobile geek or maybe a social media influencer. This is what we require you, shaping of the narratives. War, we'll be fighting the physical part of it, but then we require you. And in this, NCC plays a bigger role. If societies like US of A, Japan, Germany, or maybe the British, if they are, why they're great? Because they're all built on the military societies. If the Japan and Germany had to rise after World War II, it was all military. Now, I've been given this chit to speak less. I would have spoken more than this. I'm grateful to the Maharaja. He is running a very tight schedule. Sir, we are honored that you came over here and you inspired. But since he is a member of Parliament, I can take a liberty to speak to him. I require 3-4 things. As far as the infra is concerned, I've been to everybody across, and I'm lost. And as in UP, they tell me, tankha wala, paisa to usko mil jayega. I'll get my paycheck. But that's not the thing. If I'm in Karnataka, they're my cadets and they're my people. It's not about my getting my paycheck. I need to speak. What I want from the Maharaja and the collective wisdom of yours, if the NCC alumni would remember, I had given that presentation, beautiful presentation of my hangar. Nothing happened after that. 1 year, nothing happened. Flying today, Dutch is not here, Dutch Mahapatra is not here. Ceased to exist in Mysuru. I had told you this will happen, this has happened. Toilets, I look forward for my girl. I don't have a daughter, but I strongly feel for that. Because if we empower our daughters, we will have stronger generation because they're going to be mothers. There are no toilets for my girls when I go for a camp or something. So, I'll not take much of time. It will not happen now. I know that. With the collective wisdom of what you are and in your own narrative or in your own collective thing. And I've been discussing with Mrs. Uma also Solomon was here. What I want, at least 8 mobile toilets for my girls. When I go for firing, when I go for flying, when I go for sailing, when I go for camps. Now tell, if you give pathetic conditions to this Gen Z, do you think they'll have this vision of saving India? No. I require NCC Academy. I do hold a land. I do hold a land of 3.2 acres in Alumni, but nothing is coming up. Dronery was in this part of the country to look after. I don't say South India. There's nothing called South India. It is India. The dronery was coming over here in Mysuru. The drone school was being established over here in Mysuru. I spoke to Kalvasa and I spoke to the VC, I spoke to everybody. The Andhra boys, the boys from the Kerala, the boys from the Tamil Nadu were supposed to be over here trained, and nothing happened, didn't move. No infrastructure, no money. That is what being told. And infra is the state subject. And with the previous DG, bulk of it has now been taken over by the center. But, yeah, I know. I'm being told. But whatever it is, in our collective wisdom, I would say, and through you, put pressure on the government, the state government per se, get infra. And this is the second chit which I have been told and which I have been given. I'll not speak much now. I've spoken enough. But let me tell you one thing. Karnataka, here I find peace because I see temples. Temples when I see Halabedu Belur. When I see in 1915 the universities. Today if Bangalore is drinking water because of KRS, if Maharaja's predecessor, they have done it. In my part of the country, half of the people, maybe the Maharaja over there, I'll not say this, we couldn't do. And the nation today needs Karnataka. Not divided. Not divided. When I say, you don't ask me my language, I can speak Hindi, I can speak excellent Nepalese. Don't ask me, if I can speak Kannada also. No, not required. Don't get into small issues. Think big. Today, when I go to Punjab, the Khalsa over there, the Sardar, he tells कि मैं कर्नाटक में पढ़ रहा है, मैं कर रहा है. आज की डेट में, if today, because of people like what my ANO is over here, if we're winning, of all the 17 directorates, we come first. The world will know. The world will know what we are. And it is Nama Karnataka. Thank you.
For your inspiring words and for the guidance you offer to our cadets. I now request Ms. Uma Venkatesh, educationist and IT professional, founder and secretary of Alumni of Kar Air NCC Group, to provide an update on the work and vision of our Alumni Association. Also, I request our dignitaries to kindly join the audience as we will have cultural programs to be followed by.
The vibrant spirit of Karnataka and Goa through dance, from Ganesh Chaturthi, invoking welcoming new beginnings, and Kannada Rajyotsava, honoring the proud heritage of our Karnataka. And we also experience the colorful energy of the Goan dance. We rejoice in the festivals of light, Deepavali, experience the colorful energy of the Goan dance, and witness the grandeur of the Mysuru Dasara, where tradition comes alive in royal splendor. Through this ballet, our talented cadets bring to life these festivals with rhythm, grace, and joy. Let's immerse ourselves in this journey filled with culture and celebration.
ಹಳೆಯದನ್ನು ತೊರೆದು ಹೊಸ ಕನಸುಗಳಿಗೆ ದಾರಿ ತೋರಿಸುವ ಹೊಸ ಆರಂಭದ ಹಬ್ಬ. ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಬೀಡು, ಭಾಷೆ ಕನ್ನಡ, ನಾಡು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಕನ್ನಡ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರವ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗರ್ವ.
Ready Karnataka, 1, 2, 3, 4.
ಹುಟ್ಟಿದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಣ್ಣಿ ಇದು ವಿಧಿಯೋ ಬಣ್ಣಿ ಬಣ್ಣಿ ಇದು ಅಲೆ ನಾಡಿಸುವ ಬಣ್ಣಿ.
ದೀಪದಿಂದ ದೀಪವ
ಅಂಧಕಾರವನ್ನು ಓಡಿಸುವ ದೀಪದ ಬೆಳಕು
ಹಚ್ಚಬೇಕು ಮಾನವ,
ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಆಚರಿಸುವ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಹಬ್ಬ.
ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಹಂಚಿರೋ
ದೀಪಾವಳಿ.
ದೀಪದಿಂದ ದೀಪವ ಹಚ್ಚಬೇಕು ಮಾನವ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಹಂಚಲು. ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಮನಸ್ಸನು ಬೆಳಗಬೇಕು ಮಾನವ, ಮೇಲು ಕೀಳು ಭೇದ ನಿಲ್ಲಲು.
Goa, a land of vibrant colors, music and rhythm, where every celebration comes alive with a dance.
Oh Maria Pitache, 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 oh Maria Pitache.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡ ಹಬ್ಬ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ದಸರಾ ವಿಜಯದಶಮಿ.
गिरि नंदिनि नंदित मेदिनि विश्व विनोदिनि नंदिनुते गिरिवर विंध्य शिरोदिनि वासिनि विष्णु विलासिनि शैलसुते जयलसुते.
नंदिनी विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दिनुते श्रीअरविन्दशिरोधिनिवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते अयगिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दिनुते श्रीअरविन्दशिरोधिनिवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते अयगिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दिनुते श्रीअरविन्दशिरोधिनिवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते
आजा जिंदे शामी आने के तले है आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले है
कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले छूने दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले हर जीत जीत ले हार से इंडिया वाले दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले
जश्न है भारत रग रग में है जीत की आदत ऐसा हुनर दुश्मन भी सलामी दे तू सूरज हम तेरे उजाले तुझसे जुदा नहीं होने वाले आखिर तक हम सफर दिलेंगे के जय हिंद जो नस नस में है हर बाजी फिर बस में है जिद ठान के हिंदुस्तान बोले सलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम सलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत प्यार है बस तेरा प्यार ही माँ तुझे सलाम माँ तुझे सलाम अम्मा तुझे सलाम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम
Hearty welcome to our alumni function. Thank you, Group Commander sir. Thank you, Hitesh Kala sir, and all the commanding officers, Colonel Vatsyayan sir, and all the cadets, my dear alumni. Hearty welcome to this wonderful occasion where both the alumni and the cadets are sitting together and enjoying NCC Day. I'll be taking just a couple of minutes. Now, this alumni was started, this is our 10th year anniversary of our alumni. It's a decade of giving. We are a very passionate group of around 270 people, ex-NCC of 4 Kar Air Squadron. So we want to relive our NCC days because that's what got us to wherever we are today. And we want to help the current generation in whatever way we can to inspire them and create awareness among the parents, the general public, that NCC is the way for the youth of this country. It assures that our country is in safe hands always. And our youth will always be equipped with the right mindset, the right knowledge, and the right capacity to handle anything. So these are the visuals of our 10 years journey. We started in 2015 and we came through. Those are our esteemed instructors. And we have been trying to do some initiatives which will help us bond more with NCC and be a complement of whatever the system is providing them. We want to provide more from our end because it's our responsibility and it's our time to give back to NCC for all that it gave us. So this was Swachh Bharat initiative we did to clean Chamundi Hills, from the foothills to the top of the hills. That's Kuldeep giving a rose to the public and enlightening them about cleanliness, about NCC. That's Wing Commander Samir sir, ex-CO of 4 Air. That's Deepak. This is our Pandu sir, the organizing committee head. Dinesh Yajman sir. He is an industrialist who is always keen to help the cadets. Our esteemed seniors. We have alumni from 1963 batch to 2022 batch. So you can imagine we have at least 3 generations of alumni. The most complicated and the most unique alumni you'll ever find. So this is the motor rally we had last year to create awareness on NCC. These are our 4 Air cadets who joined us. That's Wing Commander Ashish sir. I would like you to listen to this. This is our Captain Shivkumar sir, our alumni. Audio.
His probably dad was a police officer. He wanted to inculcate some discipline in me. So he said, join NCC. So I didn't have any exposure to NCC, but in Philomena I joined NCC. Then I looked at a fantastic officer called Prasanna Kumar. So when I looked at him, the way he conducted himself, actually imbibed a lot of influence on us. So then I thought, this is the way I should grow.
Seniors are always seniors. Whatever they do, whatever they teach you, it gets into your blood. You need not have to bother about anything else. Just follow the instructions of your seniors, you'll reach places. Absolutely no doubt about it. Let me give you one example. I used to be in Kargil war. I He used to take care of the entire air defense of entire J&K. And one day, one of the gentlemen, he was in civil, it was a no entry area where I used to work. It was a top secret facility where I used to work. So one gentleman in a civil dress, he came inside. I said, how come a civilian has been permitted to enter inside? So they said, he's a raw officer.
Okay.
Officer from the raw.
Yeah.
So I said, what have I done to come and meet me? So he came to me, he introduced himself, and then he said, who is Sri Narayan? I said, I am Sri Narayan. Nice to meet you, sir. I said, what for are you congratulating me and shaking my hand? He said, you may not be aware, we intercept the communication channels of the Pakistani Air Force. So there was a briefing given by the topmost commander of that area. He was telling, don't go close to the border less than 100 kilometers. Actually, you can fly up to 10 kilometers from the border. However, he was giving a briefing, don't go closer than 100 kilometers to the border. Why? Sri Narayan is sitting there, he is trigger happy, he is going to get you.
That's our alumni wing commander, Sri Narayan, sir. So this is a camp we had in Matigodu for the Mahouts community. We had a medical camp as well as we distributed some accessories. This is one place we went apart from NCC and we enjoyed it thoroughly. So that's about us. This is what we were for the last 10 years and we are looking forward to do much bigger things. One of them is helping the cadets get into armed forces. Mohit, can you please come? That's Flying Officer Mohit, our prodigy. Please come. When I met him 10 years back, he was a cadet and today he is a flying officer working in Air Force. We are very proud of you, Mohit. So this is the contribution this alumni is looking at, and we want to give back to society, we want to give back to NCC thoroughly, and we are very serious about it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Motherland. It reminds us of our duty towards our nation, not only as cadets, but also citizens of this great nation. Let us invite our talented cadets on stage to fill our hearts with patriotism with the song Jayatu Janani.
Bhuvanam Bharatam Jayatu Janani Janmabhoomi Punyabhuvanam Bharatam Jayatu Jambudvipamakhilam Sundaram Dhamamritam Jayatu Jambudvipamakhilam Sundaram
dignitaries to please come over the dais. His Highness Yaduveer Vadayar, Colonel Rohit Thakur, and Dr. Anil Thomas. At this moment, we have the honor of inviting His Highness Yaduveer Krishnadatta Chamaraja Vadayar to share his pearls of wisdom with us. I request Mr. Panduranga Rao, Organizing Committee Head, Alumni of 4 Kar Air Sqn NCC, to introduce our Vadayar.
Distinguished guest, His Highness Yaduveer Krishnadatta Vadayar, Chamaraja Vadayar, Honorable Member of Parliament, a respected leader and the 27th head of the illustrious Vadayar dynasty. Born on 24th March 1992 in Bengaluru, he pursued his early education at Vidyasagar School and Vidyaniketan School, followed by the International Baccalaureate Diploma Economics from the Canadian International School. He later earned his bachelor's degree in economics and English from the University of Massachusetts, USA, in 2015. Coronated at the Mysore Palace on 28 May 2015 after being formally adopted by the late Srikanta Datta Vadiyar and Pramoda Devi Vadiyar, he has since committed himself to public service and the preservation of heritage. In 2024, he was elected as the Member of Parliament from Mysuru Kodagu, representing the Bharatiya Janata Party, where he actively champions wildlife protection, heritage conservation, and responsible governance, marked by consistent parliamentary participation. He is a devoted family man, married to Princess Trishika Kumari Singh, and blessed with 2 sons. A keen patron of arts, education, heritage, and sports, his interests span philosophy, horse racing, tennis, and NBA basketball. May I now humbly request His Highness Yaduveer Krishnadatta Chamaraja Vadayar, Honorable Member of Parliament, to kindly come forward and address this esteemed gathering. Welcome.
Colonel Rohit Thakur and Dr. Anil Thomas, all of the esteemed dignitaries present here today, cadets, friends from the media, police personnel, my best wishes to all of you, and congratulations on the 77th NCC Annual Day celebrations. It is truly an honor to be here amongst all of you on this very august occasion, while you celebrate 77 years since your inception. Of course, the NCC is much older than that in its former avatar, from the University Corps to the University Training Corps, eventually at around independence becoming the NCC, and then what it has come to today. I have had the good fortune of being here at a couple of camps that have come down from the Northeast, and of course interacting with Colonel and many of you all on many occasions, and attending a few other programs of the local NCC as well. And I believe it is my firm opinion, and I think you all will echo that same sentiment, that the values, the order instilled and the discipline instilled in the cadets is required across the board in society. It is much needed, not just as NCC cadets, but as general population in India. We have a lack of order and discipline. And the value system that is enshrined in the NCC, there is no reason why it shouldn't be extended across the board into the very depths of Indian society. Often as not, people think that order, discipline, and bringing these value systems in is a limiting agenda. It doesn't allow for people to have their freedom. But as we all know, the means to freedom is to have a disciplined and orderly life. The means to get freedom in your own and happiness in your own life is to instill that discipline and order. From that is what comes actual freedom. The freedom to achieve things, the freedom to see your next generation rise even above yourself, and the freedom, of course, to see our country reach its true pinnacle and its true former avatar of what Bharat was, as one of the, being at the forefront, not just militarily, not just economically, but also spiritually. Because at the end of the day, all spiritual endeavors comes from an order. The idea of ritual is to bring order to life, is to bring discipline to life. The idea of doing puja in the morning or sandhyavandana in the morning or whatever it may be, is to bring in that routine in your morning or your day, or in the evening also when you used to do it, to bring that order and routine towards building towards the greater purpose. The eventual role of ritual is to eventually submerge itself to, the Visarjan of ritual is an important part in the endeavor towards freedom. But as a building block towards that freedom, towards that society and towards that ideal life, it's an integral part. And today the order and the discipline and the value system that is in NCC is akin to that ritual that is part of the greater Bharatiya society. And I think that is what we see today within the NCC, and I'm really honored to be witness to a part of it here and have it within our Mysore, extended to, of course, our Mysore schools and our Mysore society. And I hope more of us in Mysore, and certainly my voice is for it as well, join in this endeavor, not only because we want to strengthen NCC or strengthen the Indian institutions that are there, but because it will allow us to build this Viksit society that our Prime Minister is endeavoring to do. Viksit Bharat, as you all know, is for the complete economic development of India. But within that are very many units. If Viksit Bharat is to be achieved, we need Viksit states. If Viksit states are to be achieved, we need our Viksit cities, Viksit Kshetras such as Mysore, Kodagu. And if that is to be achieved, we need Viksit individuals. Viksit individuals are the core underlying unit that will allow this building block of eventually to build up to this great institution that will be the Viksit Bharat. If the Viksit individual is not there, there is no Viksit Bharat. And I think that is our main aim, and that is why society, I think, should have an extension beyond NCC. I think NCC, within the rigors of its system, if you want to get into MCC, you should be available to you and the system. But there should be some sort of shorter courses over the summer, etc. And I'm sure they already are, where other individuals can come in and imbibe these value systems. I think that should be a key endeavor going forward, because we all need it, and entirely society needs this as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I won't go on for too long. I've already been intimated, and over the course of the year, Colonel and others from the NCC have been in constant contact with me regarding very many works that have to happen here. We understand you have 3.2 acres in Alumni, which requires development, and of course your hangar. We are of course at the Alumni, which is for Karnataka, the Air Squadron NCC in Mysore, and the hangar there is very much needed. So we will speak with Colonel, we'll speak with all of you. All of us jointly, let us get and work on that CSR coming here towards ensuring that that hangar comes up. Mysore, that tradition in Mysore of having that Air Squadron here, and of course that training that is extended there towards building up our capacity for our Air Force is much needed. And flying now is of course becoming a standard. Everybody is doing it commercially, and certainly on the military front it always has its most important allocation, and we should certainly strengthen that. I'm also very happy that Colonel and all of you are taking such a big impetus into cyber, and I'm happy to let you all know and share with you all that over the course of the last 4 years, it has been my personal and now even political endeavor to make Mysore the cyber security hub of India. We need, I know all my army friends here will always say that the real battle is on the ground. But there is a fourth front coming up in the digital world, and we have to be ready for it. Because if you have to be successful on the ground, it will have to be maintained that we are keeping some sort of force and technical fortress within the digital world to ensure that that doesn't hamper our cause on the ground. And so this, while not as important as on the forces on the ground, is certainly an aspect that needs to be looked into. And again, I invite the NCC to come see what Cyberverse Foundation is doing here in Hebbal, alongside all of the other initiatives in cybersecurity, and build up that skilled force here, and perhaps NCC can come in as well and bring in all those agendas here, because by doing that, we will add the startup community to come here and create cybersecurity products, and that is what will give us the economic base to support such institutions as NCC as well. So I invite you all to please come there, and certainly the cadets as well. I look forward to seeing how we can shape up and do some good courses for them. So within the NCC, we have a cybersecurity agenda, which also builds alongside already the Air Force, the Navy and the Army, builds towards the Viksit Bharat and a Viksit Army as well. So I invite you all to come there as well. And of course, once again, thanking you all for having me here today. We had a wonderful cultural program here where we showcased all aspects, Bharatiya culture, as well as our Bharat state and the importance of why we honor her and why we fight for her through thick and thin. And I think it's wonderful that all these initiatives have been taken up by the NCC. I look forward to our continued, I wouldn't say struggle, but our continued coordinated effort towards ensuring NCC in Mysore has all the infrastructure needs it has. Our colonel is very passionate about all things NCC, and he has, I think, instilled those passion in all of us today, and I hope that we can take it forward. I certainly will have my office working with you, and I invite, of course, everyone from the administration to come there and engage so that we can take this forward in a constructive way. Saying that, and again, my best wishes to all of you on your 77th NCC days. I hope that the celebrations today bring a lot of good results in the years to come, and we will certainly be there along the way to give whatever small help we can in this endeavor. Thank you so much. Jai Bharat Mate, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, Your Highness, for your gracious presence and for those invaluable insight and encouragement, especially meaningful as we mark the 77th NCC Day and celebrate our cadets' commitment towards this NCC. I now request the organizing committee to honor His Highness. The Group Commander, Colonel Thakur. I request all the organizing team to please stand on the dais.
And the Deccan Herald. Subsequently, she headed the Department of Journalism at Mount Carmel's College from 1989 to 1997. She earned an MS in Communication Technology from Syracuse University, USA, as a Fulbright Scholar. Later, she joined Tata Consultancy Services, Mumbai, rising to Senior General Manager, Corporate Communications, and retiring in 2019. Apart from her professional career, Ms. Shamala is a passionate mountaineer and fitness enthusiast. She completed basic and advanced mountaineering courses at the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute.
Darjeeling, and in 1991, she was part of all-women pre-Everest expedition at Mount Kamet. In 2022, she took part in the Fit at 50+ Women's Trans-Himalayan Expedition, covering nearly 5,000 kilometers and 37 high passes across the Himalayas, setting a world-first benchmark for her age group. Her blend of leadership in media, corporate communications, adventure sports, and education makes her an inspiring figure for our cadets and alumni. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Shamala ma'am on the dais to address the gathering.
Thank you. Very good morning. Can I have the first slide, please? The short film.
आज से पहले कभी 50-60 साल से
Please put it in the full screen mode.
आज से पहले कभी 50-60 साल से पहले के इतना लंबा जर्नी किसी ने नहीं किया, तो मुश्किल तो हो गई है। जो पहले एक रास्ता निकालते हैं तो अनसर्टेनिटी तो बहुत हो गई कि अक्सर ये मेरे साथ की लड़कियां कहती थी कि अरे इस उम्र में तो आप लोगों ने तो जो पहला ट्रांस हिमालय किया था तब तो आप यंग थे।
How many people will even think of leading an expedition for a 5-month long to cover 4,900 and odd kilometers, to climb 37 passes at the age of 50s and 60s? The oldest at that time was 69, both Bachendripal and Vasumati.
ये मौका हर किसी को नहीं मिलता जिंदगी में कि हम लोग आए हैं, 11-12 लेडीज हैं, और उस मौके को मुझे लगता है कि हमको चूकना नहीं चाहिए। थे तो लोगों को लगता था कि भी एक तो एज देख के सभी लोग समझ जाते थे।
कई लोग बहुत इनोसेंट वे में पूछते थे क्या आपका कोई घर नहीं है, कोई ऐसा भी पूछता था रुक के।
Some of the tractor fellows that went by, they said, अरे मैम आप लोग क्यों इतना तकलीफ कर रहे हैं, ट्रैक्टर में बैठो, हम छोड़ेंगे, कहाँ जाना है।
I felt so proud of myself that I never thought that I'll walk so much.
आप बोलेंगे कि हमको दर्द नहीं होता, सबको दर्द, नी पेन सब होता था, लेकिन हम लोग ओवरकम कर लेते क्योंकि हमको पता है हमारा एम क्या है।
अगर हमारा मेंटल हेल्थ सही है तो हम किसी भी काम को कर सकते हैं।
Even at the age of 64, your body has a tremendous capacity to function.
टाटा स्टील एडवेंचर फाउंडेशन तो था जिन्होंने ये ऑर्गेनाइज किया, जिन्होंने ये ड्रीम देखा। उसके अलावा जो फिट इंडिया बैनर था, यूथ अफेयर्स, स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री, एंड देन आवर इंडियन आर्मी एडवेंचर सेल, ये 3 हमारे पिलर्स है इस जर्नी का।
रहने दे आसमां जमी की तलाश कर, सब कुछ यही है कहीं और ना तलाश कर, हर आरजू हो पूरी तो जीने का क्या मजा, जीने के लिए एक कमी की तलाश कर।
Okay, this is just a promo of the film that has been made, and this will be soon released by the President of India. All this was possible at my 65th year thanks to NCC's rock climbing course, which happened at the Chamundi Hills base way back in 1976. Now, a lot of you will start thinking whether you're born, not born, your mother, father, grandfather, etc. This is what NCC gave: the power to dream, the power to stay fit, the power to stay alive and keep yourself fit and keep motivating others. And I'm very glad in 1979, 3 of us are here. We represented Karnataka and Goa as NCC contingent. And for the first time in the history, Karnataka won the banner. And I still remember Eknath Rai, who is here, Pandu, who was a junior cadet. So the three of us who were there in 1979, some of us are meeting after 40 years. So this was an emotional thing which only NCC can bring. And I must tell you, during our banner distribution time, what NCC really we imbibed at that time, Mr. Morarji Desai, who was the Prime Minister of India, he was distributing the prize. Prior to that, the pilot glider brings the bouquet, and unfortunately that day the cable got cut, so there was a delay of 30 minutes, and they had to do an emergency landing. When the bouquet was brought to the Prime Minister, he just took it and walked out because he said it's already 30 minutes late. Later, the NCC contingent had to organize a special prize distribution for us through the Defense Minister, Mr. Jagjeevan Ram. Later on, we had an excellent red carpet welcome, etc. And this Kala Mandira was not there as a practice for 2 months. We were doing cross-country in this area, and we were all fascinated, especially Eknath Rai, I still remember. Early morning after our run, Mr. Nagre used to bring us boiled egg and jug of milk, and we were so fascinated to come to the running because of that. Tell me, which organization gives you an opportunity to handle a rifle? For us, we had 303, we had to do a salami shastra with that, and those who walked with that for about 1 or 2 kilometers, you know what is going to happen to your arms. Point 22, the rifle range is right near Maharaja's College, which was used during our time. So it was all nostalgia, memory, and please remember, if you are ready to take more from this NCC, there are hundreds and hundreds of things that you can carry it and go. You saw Bachendri Pal, Arjuna Award winner, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, the first Indian Umar Everester who has inspired us as a leader. And thanks to NCC, I was introduced to a whole lot of adventure courses, adventure activities, made friends. Public speaking became very, very easy for us. The uniform gave us discipline, dedication, and determination. The 3 Ds which you can use it in your life throughout. Please make use of your NCC. Ensure that you are a part of it. Give yourself 100% dedication. In fact, the team where we traversed, there was an NCC major. There were people who had done a loco engine driving. There are people who had grandchildren. 3 Everesters were in the team when we took this. The next one. This was perhaps bigger than Bharat Jodo Yatra, which was only 4,000 kilometers. So in 141 days, we did almost about 4,977 kilometers in the greater Himalayas. And I must share you one small anecdote of what NCC has given adaptation or adjustment. I think initially when we are going towards Nepal, after we finished our Sandakphu, so somebody asked, where are we going to stay in Nepal? Because while you are with the army, wherever we were, Army Adventure Wing was giving support. We were staying in nice location. They were escorting us in some of the inconsistency areas. So they said that the guide told us that you are going to stay in farmhouse. Most of you know how the farmhouses in Mysuru are, right? We went, after 5 minutes, after our tea in some small hut, we said, where is the farmhouse? यही है फार्म हाउस, देखो बफेलोस है, आपको गाउस है, there are sheep, there are chicken, there are hens, what else you need? So we learned to stay with 1 toilet, 12 to 15 people using, and we have to do the time management. Adjust your nature call, toilet availability. So this was one we learned, especially in Nepal after our Nishum jungle camp. One day we walked more than 12 hours, there were no place. Finally, we had to stay in a cemetery. People were scared. Some of them took out Hanuman Chalisa and started reading. Bachendri Pal told, आप लोग तो इतना डरते हैं, लोग उधर वहाँ है, हम लोग भी वहाँ जाते हैं कल, इसमें डरने को क्या है? So the whole night was a kind of nightmare. Yes, even at your 50s, 60s, you can imagine when you are sleeping in a graveyard, what will be your thinking. But after that, next day onwards, we were ready to stay in a chicken farm. We were ready to stay in a dilapidated school building. This is after your 50s and 60s, remember, where you are already finished half of your life. But I must tell you, in all the 5 months, except one small accident which happened in Lamkaga Pass, which that lady came back again, none of us fell ill, none of us lost anything. Mentally, we were more prepared to walk every day. No 2 days are the same. I called it as the romancing the challenges or uncertainties. Each day it is different. So, minute we finish this, you see the kind of welcome, rousing welcome we got at Dras Kargil. Next slide, please. Audio. Audio, please. Can I have the audio of that? Some of them have fought the Kargil war. This is the rousing welcome after 5 months, where we had minimum number of days for bath, minimum number of days for our other activities, where we had a very rousing welcome at Dras Kargil on the 25th of July, where the 26th was the Kargil Vijay Divas Day. The lady in the wheelchair, I must tell you, on July 5th, we were climbing Lamkaga. Lamkaga is one of the toughest pass, and the previous 2 years, they had not given permit to anybody to climb Lamkaga because it's a very tough pass. We finally managed to get the permit. And if you know climber, she put her foot on a small rock. There was an ice below which had melted. She had to go 300 feet tumbling down, another 300 feet tumbling down. There's a huge rock which went just next to her. God's grace, nothing happened, but she broke her hip. There was a fracture. No helicopter could come and land in that place. So all the porters, people who are there with us, they carried, and the Lamkaga base, if anyone who has gone there, you know, it's a very small base, only 5 feet or 8 feet. So she was brought down. Then in 24 hours, there was a search and rescue evacuation done by our great warriors or soldiers who were there. They helped us, and then she was taken straight to Nagpur, operated, and she said, I have done this expedition fully, but I must get back when we've come to the last day of the finals. Therefore, she came in a wheelchair. She's 100% back. Next slide, please. So this kind of determination, the focus, is what NCC gives to you. Now, this is again at the entrance of Kargil War Memorial. We had never seen or known, neither the geography, probably I touched my geography after the 60s, completely from the east to the west. And the best thing that happened was, there were hundreds of army contingent, most of us won't even know. At one point of time, you have the Arunachal, then the Assam Rifles, then you have the Tamil Nadu Regiment, then you have the Madras Regiment, then the Kumain Gadwal, then you have the Gadwal Scout, then you have everybody in the army who were there with us supporting, and we felt so happy and proud. We were happy to see that this is what our country is doing, and this kind of nation-building spirit can come only when you are NCC. One has to go through that motion. So this is one. Now after this, the next slide, it's more of accolades. All your pains and aches are gone. If you have noticed, when we all started, we were all weighing more than 10 to 15 kgs more. So we didn't have to go to gym. We didn't have to do any crash diet. Just that 5 months long Trans-Himalayan expedition made us slim, fit, and lean. So we were invited by the President, Madam Murmuji's house, and we were honored. Next slide, please. We were also called by Shri Yogi Adityanath ji, and we were all honored again. And we addressed NCC cadets all through the journey, whether it is at Hashimara, whether it is at Lucknow, UP, or whether it is in Sikkim Black Cat Institute. We were very happy to share health tips address the cadets, address various people, and we also told those who are interested they can join as guest trekkers. Next. This is at the DG NCC Delhi RK Puram. We were honored and we were given a special medal. So that is what, after 40 years, again at the 60s, I was very happy to connect with NCC once again. I would suggest each and every cadet here to make use of it, and it would be a great opportunity for you after 50 years, you stand here and address the next generation of people, inspire them. There can be no other nation-building organization like NCC, I would feel, because whether it is culturally, whether it's uniform-wise, the minute you are wearing uniform, your whole body language changes. This is what we need today, because I have gone to many schools for sports. Students can't stand more than 20 minutes because they are used to play games, not on the field, but with their mobiles. So therefore, it's important. I would suggest each and every one of you to do this. And I must also share, the very next year after this, I had gone to, we had all over, for the first time, I think after 5 years, there was a special expedition organized to Siachen Base Camp and Siachen Glacier. So we went there, and then one of the commanding officers said, there is a girl from Mysuru. She was an NCC cadet. Would you like to talk to her? And they have a special bandwidth. She was at a slightly higher camp. She was at a slightly higher camp, where she had to be there before Kumar camp. So I spoke to her, that is Captain Suprita, the first girl to be posted in Siachen Glacier from NCC. What more honor do we need? I would like to take this opportunity mainly to thank the commanding officers, all our NCC officers, Colonel, and then the organizing team who have worked day in and out to show that NCC can also teach you a better event management. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you for that inspiring talk, ma'am. Our alumni serve as a shining example for current cadets and young members of the association. I would request Vijay sir to give away the memento to Shamla ma'am. Lieutenant Colonel Hitesh R. K. Kala, Training Officer, NCC Group Headquarters. Lieutenant Colonel Hitesh R. K. Kala, Training Officer. Colonel SJS Sandar, Commanding Officer, 13 Car Battalion, NCC.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Colonel Siddharth Vatsayan, Commanding Officer, 14 Car Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel Mandeep Singh, Commanding Officer. Colonel CPS Soemwal, Commanding Officer 3 Kar Girls Battalion NCC.
You know why I like him? He is the only infantry officer we have in the group. I'm from infantry. I'm from the Gurkhas, he's from the Rajrif. So the special bonding and special liking. And Colonel Somewal, he started a wonderful firing range. Hopefully 2 years, 3 years hence, we'll have medalists coming up. I'm in direct competition with Mysuru, in this Bangalore A and B. So in Hassan tomorrow I move on. Over there also, there's an academy which is coming up of firing. And it's totally civil-military fusion. There were certain enthusiasts who wanted to open an academy. We gave them the space, got the fund from the state government, and voila. And he also has got the same. That is how it is. That is how I like him. A go-getter, I would say.
Thank you, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Ananta Keshav B, Commanding Officer 1 Kar Engineering Company NCC.
He is my favorite. He is favorite of my staff also, Hitesh Kala. You know what he has done? Probably there are wheels behind the wheels who do everything. He is a man who got, we didn't have papers of the land from 1996. Through the state administration, we got papers of Alumni land and of our own building also. There was no collective wisdom. Maybe I was speaking to the Maharaja. I told him, I said, sir, abhi itni jaldi to nahi hoga, but 5 years, 10 years from hence, when I get retired, I want NCC Academy coming up in Alumni. It's all due to this gentleman, if it comes up. Thanks, Atana. And he's also a localite.
Flying Officer Mohit, I request his brother to collect it on his behalf.
Where's Mohit?
I think Mohit left, sir. His brother? Yes. Okay. Now we will give sign. Commanding Officer.
Okay.
Thanks,
Atana.
Kirti LC. Pratiksha. Cadet Sergeant Digant. Cadet Sergeant Chandan. SUO Chandan E. I think all the cadets have the energy to applaud. Thank you. It's a dream just to reach the RDC camp, and they've lived their dream, and it is our honor to give them a pride of, piece of honor as a memento. So make sure you clap. Cadet Kannika. JUO Kaverama. Sonal GP. CEO Anusha K, CEO Suhas Nair, HS Raj, thank you, sir. CEO Anusha K, CEO Suhas Nair, CEO Suhas Nair, HS Raj, thank you, sir. Thank you, Anil, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, you can be seated, sir. Now I would like to call upon Colonel SJS Sandar, CEO of 13 Karnataka Battalion NCC, and Lakshman Sir, Senior Alumni, to come on the dais to give away the prizes. AITSC 2025-2026. A big round of applause to these cadets. Mohammed Nihal Nawab. Ahalya, Cadet Ahalya. So all these award is being sponsored by our senior alumni, Prasanna Kumar Memorial Award. A big round of applause to that man.
Wait.
Names and one by
Now, should I send these people down or not? Should I call the others or not? Please call if this person is not there, ask them to only give. All right. Okay. Thank you. So now I would like. Daivik R. Kartik KHB. Vidya K. Wait.
Vidya.
Shriyan Mohan. Sadan Raj KN. Sadan Raj KN. No? Shreya? Shreya Nayak E. Dhruva M. No. Mahadev Swami. A huge round of applause for all of the awardees. Now I would like to thank the dignitaries. Please do take your seats amongst the guests. Company, NCC and Group Captain Nanjan Saravanan to come up on the stage to award the cadets.
Thank you, Lalba. Just add the prefix cadet.
Okay. Cadet Abhishekar HS. Abhishekar HS. Cadet Uday Kumar Chandrappa. Vaishnavi. Cadet Vaishnavi. Cadet Prajna.
This I didn't knew. And he did his BE from JSS. And point at your medal. No. War wounded. He's a battle casualty. What you see over there, the white and the red. He's a battle casualty. Thanks a ton for your services, Ananta.
And all that nostalgic feeling really raising my goosebumps. Every day of the NCC, I have been recalling from past 1 hour sitting here. I am really honored, blessed, and with great pleasure, I say that this opportunity has been given to me by the local organizing committee to present the vote of thanks on behalf of the 4 Karnataka Air Squadron Alumni Group and the entire NCC fraternity. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished dignitaries, officers, alumni, cadets, and guests for gracing this occasion and making this a wonderful and memorable occasion. We offer our deepest respect to our chief guest, His Highness Yaduvir Krishnadatta Chamraja Vadeyar, Maharaja of Mysore and Member of Parliament, for his gracious presence and committed support to the NCC and youth of Karnataka. I am sure, after listening to him, his flawless words at such an young age, such an inspiring leadership caliber that he is having, at least it will not be an exaggeration if I say that definitely India will be Viksit and India is in safe hands. Our sincere thanks also to the guests of honor, Group Commander of Mysuru NCC Group, Colonel Rohit Thakur, Training Officer of Mysuru Group, Lieutenant Colonel Hitesh Kala, 14th Karnataka Battalion NCC, and Colonel S.J.S. Sandhar, Commanding Officer, 13th Karnataka Battalion NCC, Lieutenant Colonel Sanjeev YK, Administrative Officer, AO of 13th Karnataka Battalion, Colonel Siddharth Vatsayan, Commanding Officer of 14th Karnataka Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Sandeep, Administrative Officer of 13th Karnataka Battalion, Vivek Savangaudar, Commanding Officer of 16th Karnataka Battalion, Colonel Somwell, Commanding Officer of 3 Karnataka Girls Battalion, and Colonel Ananta, Commanding Officer of 1 Karnataka Engineering Company, and Wing Commander Dutch Mahapatra, Commanding Officer of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC, and Lieutenant Commander Vinay Ramachandran, Commanding Officer of 3 Karnataka Naval Unit NCC. We warmly acknowledge the alumni of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC, especially the ex-CEO of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron, Group Commander Nanjan Saravanan, retired, and Dr. Anil Thomas, Ms. Uma Venkatesh, Mr. Pandu Rangarao, Captain Supreet CT, Flag Officer Mohit, and Ms. MP Shamla, along with all senior office bearers and distinguished former cadets for their continuous support and commitment. Our appreciation also goes to all NCC cadets for their discipline and enthusiasm, and also to the press and media persons who are here, and also our friends who have done the photography and videography teams for beautifully capturing the event and amplifying it to its desired level. We sincerely thank the organizing committee, volunteers, support staff for their seamless coordination and tireless efforts behind the scenes. Finally, last but not the least, we are grateful to every guest present here for their valued presence, which has truly added prestige and meaning to this occasion. Thank you all. Thank you very much, and happy NCC Day. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Right. We invite everyone present, dignitaries, alumni, cadets and guests, to stand and join in singing the national anthem and the NCC song together. Also, cadets, those who have won the prizes, please stay back for a group photo. I request. Any more alumni is available here? Please join us on stage. Please play the song. Please start.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
बोलो भारत माता की, बोलो भारत माता की।
NCC song to be started.
हम
Anyway, let us be informal. So, Uma madam is yet to come. So, Vijay Dalige said that I need to ask out. One thing for sure, today we had a very beautiful event. The 77th NCC Day was very successful, very meaningful. The NCC Group commandant was magnanimous. Even our Maharaja of Mysuru, the Member of Parliament, whatever, was very magnanimous. He was very thoughtful in his speech. And I think we can expect a lot of things from the MP in the future so that the alumni has to, the fourth Karnataka alumni, because a lot of officers met me after our Kalamandir function. They said none of the other battalions have alumni. And they said, one of the officers said, oh, आपका तो 10 साल ही है क्या? आप अभी बच्चा है. So that is the attitude. So anyway, thanks to Uma madam and all the seniors right from 1960s to 2025. All of you all have contributed selflessly. For any organization, the president from past 2 years, 3 years, but I know my contributions. I have done nothing but they are not to be seen on the stage, they take the limelight. It is the selfless services that that keeps an organization grow, and people are taking notice of it. The officers are taking notice of it. Our alumni, let it be any battalion, they are taking notice of it. So out of 1,000, maybe 10 will get inspired, and things move on. That's how we are, and we all have been presented with a lot of ideas as of how to go. To speak about myself, in 1987, my parents wanted to put me in an artist station, the army wing. I always wanted to be in the Air Force or the Air Wing because of the peak cap, the beautiful cap those days that we had. Just because of that, because my seniors, I don't know, I cannot see much of my seniors here, like in case of the boots, made such a lovely noise that even today we can make out what it is.
Only arses are anything, so arshu no, not
Like I am Prasanna Kumar, my officer at Central Nurse High School. One thing is Ramakrishna Ashram was costly, that one is a difficult government. We all used to be alert here. And the way that the majestic walk, like you can see only during this one, the majestic walk of the elephants. Prasanna Kumar had a officer who was tremendous. And all those things inspired. And to talk about myself, like usually people go to the Republic Day parade.
It was 1986. My journey when we started joining NCC in those days, in high school days in St. Thomas High School. Even Dinesh was also in the same school. I remember Prasanna sir's journey because I was there in the last day of his demise. In between, a small incident happened, and we were just cut off. And 2010 again, we had rejoined the way. His son was my classmate, so I used to keep meeting him now and then, and we used to go to his house and do what air modelings and models. We did it for 3 years, and in one incident happened, and this gentleman never told us. Today morning, I went passed away and said, people have told me, sir, I would have managed in the afternoon session. 3 o'clock he cremated his wife, and 4 o'clock he was there with the class. So that was the commitment we had, and after commitment, teachers only Sikala, he thinks in the Sikala. And the next day, we all went for that ceremony and we were all shocked. And very after 1 year or so, something like that, this gentleman was taking the classes regularly and said, okay, I will not be able to come tomorrow. I said, what happened? He said, no, I am hospitalized. And next day he was not there. And you can say he expired next day, and the previous night, evening he has taken classes. And he expired next day. Night he went to the hospital just for a fever, small fever. Probably you will not be knowing Dr. Javed Naheem. Okay, and he was a man who was seeing him at that time, and he said, no, you have to get admitted to the hospital. He was hospital. And Shanasan, he was the man who gave us a breakthrough for the team also in 1987. I went for the first trip to Goa to Western Ghats to NCC case, and from there the journey has been a 38 years long journey. Might be 85 plus expeditions in Himalayas, what we have done till today, and taking more than 1,800 youths to the I don't say seniors like him, I say youths because they are also youths. And if you tell them seniors, he has done Everest base camp also. Many of you would have done this also, not a nowadays Everest base camp has become a fish market. Anybody can go irrespective of the age. I see people coming from all walks of life, going to the Everest base camp and to the Everest also.
That will continue, and we all are now great friends. Let's take on the legacy of NCC forward. We try to do something about the academy and the other things that our group commander also has told. We also have that on the agenda. So let's join hands and go forward. Thank you.
Please come. We are all from 71, 72, 73 batch. Sorry. We are all from 1971, 72, 73 batch. We have been together through thick and thin. After this camaraderie is from NCC, without an iota of doubt. It's a privilege, a pleasure to be with all of you. We had the opportunity last year as well, Lakshman. No, it was you. You were correctly.
You connected us with
you. Had connected. You were here 2 years back, right? 2 years back, Lakshman was here. I'd like to congratulate all of you. I'd like to pass on the mic to Chamu. After that, which in the same sequence, I would like you all to whatever that you would like to comment here.
We never knew about this type of group. People of us, we have a group from more than 5 years. And we have been interacting, we have been calling each other, we have been pulling our legs, everything happening in our own age people. And suddenly, just about 2 years back, Lakshman put us into your all together, and we feel very proud after seeing two of your functions. We feel very proud, and that service attitude, what you had in that instructor, only check traders. In Delhi competition, in the open market, like modeling competition, he went there with just check models, even for accommodation, Vittel had arranged everything for them. They took part, and next year when they went for ID, they were working by Connaught Circle Hobby Center, Tiger Moth. In those days, as a student in Maharaja's College, Tiger Moth, they were being trained for that. We had a small photo of that also. That's how we connected with Uma Madam. Oh, you've got so much stories.
ATC, the expansion.
I don't fully remember. ATC,
something to do with
air training, something.
Air training command.
Air training command. It was in Mantikali only.
Wow.
Mantikali, Tiger Moth.
There's a lot of history in Mantikali as well.
The legacy which is continuing, and really appreciate all what you have done together. You were only in the sidelines, and whatever we can do forward, we do that. I really appreciate that just the 3 letters NCC means a lot to everybody. As we began as cadets, the selection process was tough. The dream, of course, is to join the Indian Air Force. Sometimes we will just keep looking forward. So that's what we do, and I think so. It's great to be amongst you all, and let's take it forward.
Always, it's like this only. You help us. In the beginning, it's helped us, and everything is well in our NCC times also, everything. This aero modeling and this thing, our instructor VSC was there. He was guiding us so nice. It helped us. And after Lakshman introduced us to your group,
firstly, I would like to express my gratitude for all the office bearers of the Kar Karnataka Alumni who have done a wonderful job. And though this thing, we are given the outside support, but we are not directly involved. But really we should appreciate. I do not want to take any of the names because each one has its own contribution. So I just want this to be continued. But whatever the support needed from our side, as a senior, we are ready to support Uma ma'am and her team of the trusted lieutenant, what she has, and we will continue to be with you as a part of the Kar Karnataka Alumni. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Whatever my friends had told, same experience about it. So, thanks to everybody. Thank you.
What brought us together? NCC, right, Peter? NCC brought us together. It is holding us together. The bonding has grown. Like that ad is there in a Fevicol. I don't remember right now what it is. We are together. एक जोड़ छूटेगा नहीं. तालियां यार. Today's program दिल भर गया. बहुत खुशी. बिल्कुल भर गया. 100%. Madam, Lakshmana, I think on behalf of all of us, a word of thanks to Lakshmana. Without his initiative, 2 years back, we wouldn't have been here. Thank you, Lakshman.
Thanks to Anil.
You took the initiative. He brought me
I thought one of them Vittal and Vijay went to RD together. He was the platoon commander from Karnataka. And they lifted the banner also that year. Then Lakshman, extraordinary. After NCC, in his profession, he joined police and he was the main security person for the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. That everything was related to NCC only. That discipline, that synchronizing everything, they put him in Prime Minister Secretary, Security, and when Prime Minister came to Mysuru, he drove his car.
Did we take extra time or was it okay?
On the group it was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then I see Pandu sir's message. 6:20 we are gathering. So whole night I have not slept, but I'm so happy to be here. Very happy to be here. My phone is there. I last two years ago, and I want to photograph. 2 years ago, we wrote Umlingla, 19,024 feet high. That time it was world's highest road point, and we carried 4 Kar Air Sqn banner. So 3-4 years ago, we went to Everest Base Camp, we carried NCC. On my we call biker's cut or waist. On a biker waist, I have a weight in the para. It's not only giving me a sense of, a belonging and the pride movement. Also, when people ask me, I tell them, this is where we belong. NCC, also Boy Scouting, I have a Rambler background in NCC. When people come and ask me biking, why this? I tell them in NCC, the gliding, the para, but unfortunately we're missing the cross country. But I encourage my children, I have a small NGO to run. Running is an amazing thing. Prasanna Kumar, they said so much about Prasanna High School, but he liked me so much, he used to tell me, he used to call me Thomas. Hey Thomas, outside my school, you are the best guy I like. He used to always tell me. Then with me, another guy was there, then Thomas, don't look at me, I'm sending you some of that thing. Go get these cigarette packets. And he used to smoke Wills. That was his brand actually.
So a lot of things have been done. So group captain was mentioning about the toilets to the girl cadets, which is very much required. So what contacts with big companies for the CSR funds, which can be utilized for at least the toilets, not the other things. Hangar and all, we can't do it because it might be under the PWD or something. But the mobile toilet which is there, I think a lot of companies are there who can help us out in this. Whoever has got connection to big companies, we can tap their CSR funds and get this done. So we can work towards it. So whoever is willing to put their step forward, we can all join together and do something for that. Thanks.
Commanded the Kar Air Sqn from 2009 to 2000. So I've never been in NCC in my life. Apart from the time when I commanded it. And the first time when I got to know that I'm coming to Mysuru to command an NCC unit, my first reaction was, oh no. Because as far as I was concerned, it's out of the mainstream. But that apart, and I will tell you, the NCC has done a lot more for me. I think so if I usually ask them, what is it that thing? 600 of them over 3 years, and another 3,000 of them over for the training. Honestly, I don't think so. I would never, and after seeing all of you all, especially the seniors here, I see that when I see the most people here, will actually fill the army joy. So you are actually speaking exactly this level.
I did 3 years. So I did in the first PU and second PU, and I took 1 year extra to do my second year PU, and I continued work. And then I went to do my degree, and I took 4 years to complete my degree, and that is where I served Airwing NCC for 4 years. So that is how I served entire NCC Army for 3 years and 4 years for Air. Now there was
3 years JD. You missed 3 years.
Sir, I did. I'm very sad, sir. I didn't do my JD there. So there was one very unique incident which happened in my NCC day, and when I was in 4th Karnataka Air Squadron. So when I was part of his NCC 4th Karnataka, I used to tell that. So whenever we used to go to camp, so he used to tell a story, and he used to say that, okay, if you do anything, so let it be a good thing or a bad thing, you just admit it. So he used to say this, you admit it whether the punishment is death, you have to deny it even if the punishment is death. So we went to a NCC camp, it was an Air Force attachment camp. So probably most of you know about it. So we went to be there for 1 whole year, month.